Hi, I'm Mara Cepeda. I'm coming to you live from the Quezon City Reception House, which for the past 6 years served as the office of the Vice President under the term of Maria Leonor Leni Robredo, the 14th Vice President of the Republic of the Philippines. It is a bittersweet, emotional day for everybody here at the OVP as Robredo leaves the OVP for the last time as a sitting Vice President. She did her final official acts as a sitting VP this morning, including closed door na ito, but we know that she led some oath takings of several local officials. She also met with members of her Vice Presidential Security Detachment. Now, of course, after 12 noon tomorrow, June 30, hindi niya na makakasama because she will be back as Citizen Robredo. And she made sure that she will be talking to the reporters who have covered her the past 6 years and who covered her campaign. For the last time as well, we were able to sit down with the Vice President doon sa main lobby. And it's really just, Robredo looking back on the past 6 years. She was wearing her signature pink color dress kanina in a terno style. Of course, yung kwintas na may ashes ng kanyang yumaong asawa na si Secretary Jessie Robredo ay suot pa rin ni Leni. So very, very pink and very, very on character today si VP Leni sa kanyang final day sa OVP. And, during our interview, she was very, very excited to talk about the unqualified opinion that the OVP received for 2021 because this is the fourth straight time during her term that the OVP received the highest audit rating from the COA, and it's always been a point of pride for Robredo because it indicates that, she and her team have done their part to professionalize the OVP and to ensure that all of their financial documents are above board and are in order. And, she also said that, she's very excited to go back to being a citizen Robredo. Yun nga yung tawag namin kanina. It's a mixture for her of excitement and sadness. Excitement because she is no longer, going to have to go through all the protocols. Mapapag-drive niya na daw yung kanyang sarili. She has more time to watch K-dramas because we know VP Leni is a big fan of Korean drama and K-pop groups. She's also, looking forward daw na makakapagbakasyon na siya. And we know that, she's looking forward to spending more time with her children, Aika, Trisha, and Jillian, na medyo nakaligtaan lalo ni VP Leni during the very grueling campaign period. They were here, the Robredo sisters, this morning, just saying hi to the staff, but umalis din sila. They were no longer here when we started interviewing the Vice President. We also asked the VP about the memorable things during the past 6 years for her. And off the bat, she said it was the time that outgoing President Rodrigo Duterte appointed her as co-chair of the anti-drugs body ICAD. She knew it was memorable for her because many of her advisors were telling her not to accept the appointment because Duterte, if you can recall, appointed her there out of spite dahil kinriticize niya ang madugong bloody drug war ni Rodrigo Duterte at sabi ni Duterte, sige kung kikriticize mo, ikaw na lang kaya ang mag-head. And Duterte and Robredo considered this as one of her achievements because even if she only got that position for 18 days, she and her team were able to produce a full-blown recommendation that listed all of the problems of the drug war and their clear recommendations and reforms to make it more, instead of a kill policy, to focus it more as a health problem and to focus more on prevention and rehabilitation. And we actually have a report on that a few years ago on Rappler. She also considers all the relief efforts of the Office of the Vice President on various calamities across provinces for the past 6 years. Dahil sabi ni Robredo, dito raw nagsimula yung spirit of volunteerism na eventually ay mas lumaganap na lalo at mas lumaki pa nung siya ay tumakbo sa pagkapangulo. Her candidacy inspired this massive volunteer movement, that pink revolution that saw Filipinos from all walks of life spending their own money, going out of their way to do house-to-house campaigns, making their own materials for her. Sabi din ni VP Leni, of course, memorable for her, the OVP's well-praised COVID-19 response programs because they were able to do many things, including provision of PPE sets, free antigen tests, free COVID-19 vaccines, free dormitories for frontliners, free shuttle services, at marami pang iba. Vaccine Express, kahit mababa lang ang naging budget ng OVP, and she credits this to the Angat Buhay partners na pinagkatiwalaan ng OVP because again, babalik tayo dun sa co-report, she has professionalized the office. And when, we also ask her about this constant messaging that Robredo has been giving whenever she would hold Thanksgiving dinners with many of the sectors who helped her 2022 campaign, na tingin niya hindi talaga sila natalo sa eleksyon na to because they have achieved so much on many different fronts. And for her, we can recall that, she recalled that, she was really not bent on running for president kasi napakababa ng kanyang awareness and approval ratings. But she said for those ratings to go up from 8% to 28% come election day, Robredo thinks that was a blessing. And I think it was quite emotional for Robredo, when she said that, and I quote her, "If I have to do it all over again, knowing na matatalo ako, I would do it again." Yung 2022 campaign, yung pinakakaiba. Kasi nakita ko talaga yung power of volunteerism. So sa akin, wala akong regrets at all. Kung kailangan ko siyang gawin uli, knowing na matatalo ako, gagawin ako. And this is what campaign insiders from the Robredo campaign told us, that, Robredo really didn't have any ambition to become president. But what pushed her to stage that candidacy, that very, very difficult suntok sa buwan candidacy, is knowing that she could inspire a movement among Filipinos to fight for the principles, the kind of governance they believe in. And even if she lost in the 2022 campaign, Robredo is hoping to channel that energy of her supporters into the Angat Buhay NGO, which she plans to launch this Friday. It will be a 2-day event where, they will be revealing the next steps that the Angat Buhay NGO will be doing to continue the advocacy work of the Vice President. We also know that she will be more proactive in fighting the disinformation plague here in the Philippines. The relentless attacks of disinformation networks against Robredo proved to be one of the fatal things to her reputation as a politician, and of course to her candidacy as president. And in a Rappler interview before, she did say that she regrets not having acted early enough against the disinformation machinery of the Marcoses, who we know have spent money and dedicated their machinery to rehabilitate the image of the dictator's family and to come back to power. And of course, the 31 million votes secured by Ferdinand Marcos Jr., the next president of the Philippines, indicates that everything that the Marcoses have done, really benefited him. But, Robredo isn't disheartened at all. If anything, many of her supporters, are drawing strength from her at this time. And she's just really looking forward to the next chapter of her life, which is the Angat Buhay NGO. Today, she left early dahil meron siyang meeting with the Australian ambassador to the Philippines. She might have some other private engagements. We'll try to keep you updated on that. But tomorrow, for VP Leni Robredo, she said that she's just probably going to be meeting with her Angat Buhay NGO team to finalize, their plans for the launch on Friday and on Saturday. Itong Angat Buhay NGO event is going to be held at the Volunteer Center along Katipunan Avenue in Quezon City. Nagpa-sign up si VP Leni for the supporters who wanted to attend the launch to also help manage the crowd dahil of course we are seeing another surge in COVID-19 cases. Dapat 2 days lang, but Robredo said they are considering extending it to Sunday dahil maraming tao yung gusto pang mag-sign up at nagsasabi if they could hold it for another day. So far, what we know for the Angat Buhay NGO launch is that magkakaroon ng fundraising event for the NGO. So many of the illustrations, paintings that Robredo received from Filipino artists and Filipino supporters from the past 7 months she declared her presidential run ay gagamitin doon sa Angat Buhay NGO. Hindi daw to auction type parang kung ano man yung gusto mong i-donate na pera para matulungan yung NGO at para makuha yung painting or yung illustration, okay lang yun for VP Leni. So very classic pa din, up to your own means. Robredo said they will be releasing more details about the NGO launch in the coming days. So, para-pareho tayong magbabantay sa kanyang official Facebook channel. Meron na Facebook account, and meron na ring official social media accounts yung Angat Buhay NGO that, Robredo posted the links yesterday. And that's all my updates for you right now from the office of the Vice President. We probably are going to expect some of the staff of Vice President-elect Sara Duterte to begin setting up here. Papaalis na rin yung mga staff ni VP Leni. And for Robredo's team, it's really been a great run. No regrets for them. And to many of her supporters, we will continue watching out the activities of Leni Robredo. Once again, I'm Mara Cepeda coming to you live from Quezon City.